Hello everyone, welcome back to Party Wipe Gaming. I am Rendis, and once more we are playing Pyre. Well, it looks like we are getting to the end of everything, so let's make preparations for our final rites. Bertrude is here. Following the successful outcome of the Liberation Rite, you find Bertrude muttering something to herself. You hear some of the words as you approach. Shouldst thou seekest darkness, then may nightfall come to thee in time. Shouldst thou seekest courage, then may bravery soon bloom within thy heart. Shouldst thou seeketh water, then may the oceans open wide for thee. Shouldst thou seeketh fortune, then... You recognize that it is the Bog Benediction, an old blessing of goodwill from the southern bogs, never uttered there in modern times, though you've never heard it said aloud. Then Bertrude sees you there and cuts short the chant. Care thee to explain thy presence, reading one? We were amidst an invocation which must now begin anew. 'Tis for thy worm knight, if thou needest know, to speed him on his homeward journey. The worm knight was our distant kin, unlike their ilk. Ours have but passing interest in the sea. There within the depths we have long seen that which is to be seen. Nevertheless, the distant kin is kin. That foolish worm knight, surely he could never have survived his years if not for divine aid. Thus we provide him more. Then perhaps the worm knight, easily underestimated as he is, perhaps he shall turn out to be of some small benefit as part of Sandalwood's designs. She glares at you intently for a moment. Mistake thee not these actions for affection, nor for a longing for the loudness of this place to escalate ever again to volumes such as only his incessant shouting could achieve. He was a shouter. Now leave us reading one. The invocation must be finished ere the worm knight finally arrives upon the shores beyond this land before his homecoming. She turns away from you and begins to chant again. Shouldst thou seekest shelter, then may the elements be merciful to thee. Shouldst thou seeketh kinship, then may thy kin hold memory of thee. Shouldst thou seeketh darkness. You leave her to the benediction. The worm knight's absence is already felt. You know, however, that he will strive with all his might on your behalf there, on the other side. Sandra got anything for us? Greetings to you, lovely reader. I am at your disposal. Nope, we're done with her apparently. That's unfortunate. Gilman brings it up to 84. Hasn't moved yet. Let's continue. It is daybreak. You are to set forth to the cairn of Haub for what appears to be the final time. Thereafter, you shall return here for one last exile's chance at liberty. Take off. Oh, we have a horn. Neat. I didn't know that. Sorry, not sorry. Nope, no smacks. They aren't waiting for us. No, we gotta keep going. Oh, it's so far. The foreboding cairn of Haub lies below. Not many exiles see fit to cross beyond it. Some fear the listless remains of Shaq's 6 soldiers shall snatch them up if they attempt to cross. Others simply do not want to pass through the flagging hands. Few know its true significance as we do, although your adversaries, the accusers, should be on their way there now. Soon you shall confront them once again. Yeah, we shall. Jolmure Valley. Pass the time. A foreboding feeling stuck with you since your arrival in the stark badlands of the Shunt. Some of it spreads to the others in the group. Great. We mislike this wretched place. I don't think I feel good about this place, at least today I don't. You decide to focus on pursuing your vocations until the Black Wagon is ready to move on. Boop. Oh. Did somebody need private? He's the only one left, huh? We'll finish his private tutoring then. You notice Bertrude studying the Beyonder crystal. She sets it down as you approach. The mouthy wraith rebuketh our attempts to summon her. She insisteth that we are too young to understand. She must be referring to Sandra. It seems that Bertrude may be able to invoke her. Stubborn, that one, possessing of an ancient understanding, olden ways and olden times. Many centuries of history, knowledge of the 8 scribes themselves held captive there within that green-tinged stone, within that race's own memories. Would that we could extract them in some way. Perhaps thou couldst induce the race obedience, Reading One, for she heeded not. She claimed the obligation unto only thee. Although she stops and thinks very carefully. The Beyonder crystal is not to be tampered with. Your fellow exiles know that its use is at your sole discretion. She backs away from you, still thinking to herself. Ignorest our inquiries about this, Reading One. Our reasoning has taken us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is like to be an ancient warning of some sort. 'Tis possible that others of the Southern Bog know something of her, but we shall not be tampering further with such sorceries ourselves. That the wraith refuseth to cooperate suggesteth her predicament is suitably deserved. She heads out in a huff, but just as the air grows still and quiet, you sense something from the Beyonder crystal. Mouthy wraith, she says. Can you believe it, reader? Ah, to be so young and foolish again. Sandra the Unseeing laughs to herself. Your proximity to the Beyonder crystal must have been sufficient to invoke her in this case. That crone of yours is far too curious, I think, but it appears that even she has learned her lesson in this case. Thank the stars I am beholden to no more than one among you Nightwings at a time, and thank the stars that happens to be you rather than her. And if that crone attempts to lay a finger on my Beyonder crystal again, I shall just have to torment her dreams till she's my age. Do feel free to mention that if it comes up. And now farewell. You know where to find me, lovely reader. She vanishes. It seems Sandra has proved resistance to Bertrude's tampering. If so much history is trapped within the Beyonder crystal, there it shall remain for the unforeseeable future. I was hoping she could help let her out. Not had enough of me yet? Is that it? Nope, sure haven't. Oh, she's not gonna... She's not gonna talk to us anymore. Oh, that's annoying. Alright. So we need to get Volfred trained. Yes. In Volfred, blah 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 blah. Sorry, give me just 1 second. Alright, sorry, I just needed to check something and it didn't give me any answers that I needed. We're on our own for this last rite. I kind of have a sense of what was going on, and I wanted to make sure that one of the choices that I'm considering might have been the best or worst one, but it doesn't really matter. We'll get to this outcome on our own. He probably has nothing good to say. Ooh. That's a lot of dust. I don't think it's... Is it going to be useful? I don't think this is going to be useful, but it's not like we need it. 95, yeah, it's like it's really not needed. Oh wow, 100%. Oh, it didn't use all the dust, huh? Pyre banishes an adversary by aura casting. The aura burst may occur 20%. Yeah, there's nothing worth buying. Alright, thanks for stopping by, guys. Yeah, you're welcome. Commence the rite! After making all the necessary preparations amidst the dusty wastes of the Cairn of Ha'ub, you and your companions await the commencement of the rite. It is quieter than usual at the onset of such events. A lone minstrel appears, bearing some sort of news. I have checked, and it appears as though the accusers have not yet arrived, reader, sir. There is no sign of Lindell or anyone. Their sigil is not set either. If what he says is true, your adversaries are not present, then you presume the rite cannot commence. However, the stars themselves soon indicate you are mistaken. Well.
Reader, the Commonwealth, your home. Today it is aflame. Much like a stack of books.
Oh, like my books he burned?
Because of you.
Oh.
Because of your outlandish plan. Not that you care. Not that you shall live to see this place again.
You did banish me.
Your attempts at revolution shan't succeed.
I don't know, you sound worried.
But by all means, keep trying.
I will.
As for myself, I shall enjoy presiding over these remaining rites.
See that you do. The rite is set to commence, but your adversaries, they have failed to show. We take this for act of acceptance rather than cowardice. 'Twould seem the rites have nothing left to offer them. Indeed, as the rites are drawing to a close, some of the triumvirats whom you have met, perhaps they are beginning to decide the stars are not worth heeding any longer. Lindell, you wonder whether he would give up on the rites like that. He has never seen the type. For all his bluster and anger, he seems single-minded about prevailing, about besting the Nightwings at any cost. In any case, we have begun the ceremony here, and so I ask that we end it.
Who who shall besmirch the Nightwings' name?
Fred.
Shay,
Who's left to play?
if that is all, then
We take no pleasure in snuffing out a flame disowned.
lo, even your adversaries have abandoned you. And it is done. The Nightwings prevail by default.
2 achievement
Not that their
unlocks.
adversaries even care.
Untouched flames in flame quencher. Yeah, we sure showed them. My only hope is that our would-be adversaries find some peace.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes. Now
Yay.
go and wallow in the downside for a while.
For a while. We'll be seeing you soon. Oh, what's that? No one speaks further of the accusers back at the Black Wagon. Everyone is instead preoccupied with the Rite that is to come. Is it true then? This is going to be our last chance to go home? The stars always shine with truth. The ending of the cycle of the Rites is now upon us. He looks over to you. Please look forth, reader sir, and see this for yourself. You may well surmise where we are going next. The others turn to you. You turn towards the wagon's door. You know what you shall see out there. Now, however, the time has come to face it. The dim, fading light of the final star still pierces through the darkness, demanding your attention, guiding you towards the end point of your path. You see plain the golden star of Soliam. Look upon it for the last time. Wow. 87%. You are summoned to the fall Soliam for your 7th and final liberation rite. Thus shall the cycle of the rites be ended for an age. You sense that, if the rites shall ever commence again, it shall not be during your lifetime, or that of any of your companions, even the longest-lived ones. The stars reveal to you one thing more. The adversary who you shall face shall be Oralech. Already he has crossed Scribe's Gate and awaits your arrival. If the 8 scribes created the Nightwings in their own likeness, perhaps it is only fitting that the Nightwings should, in the end, be forced to face themselves. It is a shame that we should have to confront Oralech in the end. Our goals should never have come to cross purposes. I am surprised that this is what the scribes desire. For now, it may be best for you to recover until dawn. Regain your strength as best you can for the coming trial. Rest well, reader. The group disperses in exhaustion. How are you exhausted? You didn't do anything. Exhaustion sets in. At dawn, you fly to Mount Elodiel to make final effort to achieve your plan and get somebody home. But who? Nobody wants to talk. Dream.
Foolish reader. Your so-called friends. You are accomplice to their hateful plot. They are exploiting you.
What are you gonna do, exile me?
You shall never have your freedom.
Well, freedom is subjective. At dawn, you are already up and about after a troubled slumber. The Black Wagon is prepared for its final voyage to the fall of Soliam. No one speaks. As you lift into the skies, the lone minstrel raises his voice, cutting through the somber mood. Reader, a certain olden ballad comes to mind just now. I think it may befit the circumstance. Perhaps it may help to pass the time along our flight. Would you mind it very much if I were to play this song for the Nightwings? Stuff it! Yeah, by all means. You urge the lone minstrel to play his ballad so that all among you might hear. He begins without another word.
When the stars align, the rites shall come to bear, illuminate the signs, the exiles shall be there. All are not the same, but three shall be as one. Freedom in flame, the end has just begun. Strength may break our own, but twisted make a braid. Together on their own, the
Seems too far.
journey shall be made. The journey shall be.
Shall be. There it is. I was like, wow, that's a pause. One last exile shall regain his or her freedom. All others shall remain to carry out their sentence here in the downside for the remainder of their lives. And in the Commonwealth, the plan, 87, of which you are a part, shall either come to fruition or shall be suppressed. Seek the curse, scribe's favor. Yes, Shay's gonna say something nice for him, blah blah blah. It's all the same stuff we've seen before, so it's like, I don't feel like it's skipping, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's helpful either. It's like, it's not adding anything. Alright, so there's the last one for that. Boink. It's all the extra stuff. Great. Let's get back to the story. Scribe's Gate, Scribe's Gate. Deep in the old masonry of Mount Elodiel, you find a messenger imp looking to bring you the latest news and rumors from the other side. This time around, the imp brings tidings of Sir Gilman and what happened to him since his liberation from the fall of Soliam, when, at last, his self-imposed exile came to an end. You learned that his return to the Commonwealth was met with much rejoicing. Yay! And that before long, he was promoted to the rank of the Veiled Captain of the Blood Border. And yet, with tears welling in his eyes, he did refuse the post, stating he no longer had the heart to fight against the High-Wing remnants as he once did. Then he cast down his helmet, and when next anyone saw him, he was among Volfred's agents, having joined the revolution to reshape the Commonwealth from within. You thank the messenger imp for the report and salute it crisply as surely as Sir Gilman would have. And soon news has everyone in the wagon talking. He didn't leave us a message either. Do you think that one day I can be as brave as him? Perhaps I don't always think I can. The tears he shed ought have been bottled, and thus set aside for use in various salves. Noble Gilman made the gallant choice, it seems. Our plan comes closer to fruition through his good example and support. The news of Gilman's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Yay, hope. You stand before the Scribe's Gate with your companions. The gate guardian is there, as ever, but you sense something different about her. The exiles of the Nightwings. You shall not meet again after the coming Rite, or we shall not. Tariq and I, it shall be time we take our rest, I think. Greetings, Celeste. I would tell you that the Nightwings are prepared, and though, this time, I am uncertain anyone amongst us feels thus. We have a duty to uphold, Tariq. And then what, Celeste? And then nothing. Not for the rights, or us. Not until the dawn of a new age. Now, Nightwings, step forward. Please state your names and what it is you seek whilst crossing the Scribe Gate. One by one, your fellow exiles approach her, now with sureness in their step. May I ask first? My name is Shay, and I am here because the scribes, this is the path that they have shown me and all of us. I like it when they call to me. We are called Big Bertrude. We seek to fulfill the plan of Sandalwood, where we are fond of him and his beliefs, and then to go about our business. My name is Wolfred Sandalwood. I long as yet to see an age where freedom is one's birthright, and no longer are good people such as these forced to contend for it. Finally, you step forth once more, you, a crippled scholar who vowed to help his friends be free again, and who managed to come this far with this group. The gate guardian observes you for a moment, then motions past the archway towards the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Except for you, Tariq. You stay right there. I thought you said... The rites are not yet ended, Tariq. He looks at her, then over to the rest of you. Pardon me, everyone. I shall be there when the stars align. The gate guardian and the lone minstrel remain together as the rest of you depart. Ooh, he's in trouble. He done said what he shouldn't have said. You have gained the summit of Mount Elodiel for the 7th time, the final time in which any one of you shall have a chance to leave the downside. Ooh, hello. Thank you for visiting me on such short notice, reader. I understand you have important matters to attend to. So let me be blunt. Please, listen for a moment then. I know this whole affair is coming to an end, all of it. I sense the binds that form the Rites becoming weak, which means soon you will not need me anymore. Not that you have needed me at any point, but still, my services will not be of any further use. I would love to tell you that this means I shall be free of my eternal prison. For some of the Beyonders, it shall be a release. My accomplices are bound by weaker words than those which have bound me. They shall fade away, I think, and finally rest. I, however, shall remain. She hesitates for a moment. Thus, I have a proposition for you. I do not know where you shall go from here, but I ask that you take me there, wherever it shall be. By that I mean, take this stone prison of mine and keep it. Do not leave it, as all your predecessors have, each time their stay among the Nightwings reached an end. Soon the Beyonder Crystal shall serve no use at all, except to keep me trapped. I am content to remain thus, for I have little choice, but I would prefer to do so in your company. For I do enjoy your company, reader. Aw, she loves us. This may not be much of a compliment, but I assure you that I much prefer your company to an eternity of solitude. I have no wish to see you gain in years, and to eventually decay, whilst I remain unchanging. But I should rather have more years whilst having contact. Even if those years are to be brief, they shall afford me many more in which I might think back upon our times. Nor do I expect you to accommodate my needs, for I am well aware I have my limits in accommodating yours. That is to say, I wish you to go forth after this night and live your life however you see fit, for your own sake. May all this rights business enrich your coming days somehow. And in considering that life after this night, if you think that there may be a place in it for me, however small, then once again I simply ask that you take me along, Aw, she does love us. That way, should you ever wish to visit me again sometime, you could. And I would like to have that as an option more than not. My request here is a selfish one, where there is little I can offer in exchange, other than what my little companionship is worth. Perhaps I could lull you to sleep once in a while. Who knows? You could always try to sell the Beyonder Crystal for a reasonable sum somewhere, or something to that end. There must be someone out there with an interest in this thing. So then, you've heard my sad little proposition. What do you say? Aw, girl, of course we're gonna take you. Why not? Sandra has proved to be a kindred spirit. You would rather not part ways with her. Yeah, we love you too, girl, don't you worry. You grasp Beyonder Crystal and set it into the folds of your clothing. Sandra senses this and makes a sound, as though surprised. Thank you, reader. She is at a loss for a moment, then. Let us go, then, from this place. Go and face your last remaining adversaries. May you crush them under heel and achieve the outcome you seek. I believe you shall prevail. Crush your enemies. She disappears into the stone for now. You took the Beyonder Crystal with you. Keep it with you. I ship Reader and Sandra. This is great. Good stuff, good stuff. And what is this? Xylobones. Clever. Okay, there it is. Alright. Boop. Poke the little tummy. Alright, what do you got for us? Hey guys. I guess you probably heard the big news, huh? Yeah, I'm going out of business here, I guess. How? We've given you so much money. We've given you so much money. Now on sale, and I'll throw a little extra there. Just for you, okay? Ooh, a whole 5% off. Jeez, you didn't even bring anything good. Here. Yeah, here. You pay me. It would have been nice if some of that stuff was good. Pleasure doing business with you guys, so, Oh, nope, that's him just bailing. You have gained the summit of Mount Elodio for the 7th time. Very few stars remain above to light your way as you await the commencement of the final liberation rite. The lone minstrel finds you clutching the Book of Rites, seeking there, perhaps, some bit of wisdom that has eluded you thus far. Reader, we may not have a chance to speak again after this. I may have to go. I wish to say that I am grateful for having made your acquaintance, and I shall remember you with fondness. I wish you well this night and always. Go forth with glory. Then he looks up and extends his hand in friendship. You clasp it. You see Volfred has joined you. All of your companions are with him, in fact. It is strange for me to say, given the circumstance of our meeting, Rita, but it has truly been a pleasure. Onward now, let us achieve our plan. Oh, hi, mister. The others, they said they wanted me to join them and come and talk to you, so here I am. The scribes are watching us. They're always watching. Hidden one, thou art both wiser and less irritating than most others of thy kind. We have learned something from thee, and we are grateful. Look upon your fellow exiles, your companions, with whom you have withstood the downside, and with whom you shall now conduct the final rite. Begging your pardon, but my time has come. We shall see each other soon. He departs after this night. The outcome of Volfred's plan, the plan, of which you have all been a part, shall be decided, one way or another. For now, all you can do is strive to prevail against your final adversaries, so that one last companion may go free. You rise to join your fellow exiles as the remaining stars ignite. Final liberation rite of this age shall now commence. Your cause shall live on.
Look, for one last time, upon the fall of Solium, dear reader. Hear me for one last time. For soon, the few remaining stars shall fade away,
Like dust in the
leaving you
wind.
stranded there for your remaining days
Oh well.
in that forsaken land where you deserve to be.
First you insult my
The
books,
rabble
now
that
you insult
roused
me.
here in the Commonwealth shall be put down. The exiles whom you liberated, all shall fall in line. But first, let us get on with this last liberation rite. You face none other than yourselves. Each so unlike the glorious Nightwings of yore. 'Tis a shame that one of you shall soon be free, for you deserve each other.
You deserve that goofy looking wig. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirats is present and prepared. But before the lone minstrel can concur, as per the custom, not another word. The demon Oralech slowly raises his clawed fingers to his mask. The false Nightwings have arrived at last. Long have I awaited this. My freedom once was stolen from me, then I was cheated of it, here, upon this mountaintop. You may now attempt to take it from me once more. He stands there for a moment, silent, then Oralech dons his mask and stands prepared. May these damned rites cease forever for the misery which they have caused. Nightwings, we shall not meet again after tonight, for the cycle of the rites is all but ended. Thus, I have only your decision. On whose behalf shall you conduct this final liberation rite? The one whom you anoint, or else the exile Oralech shall be returned. Godspeed, reader. You know what is at stake better than I. I have the utmost faith in you to make the best decision and to conduct the rites with glory. Nightwings, the stars' remaining light grows dim. Your decision, please. It is time now to choose who, if any among you, shall go free. The rest of you shall remain in the downside until the end of your days. One by one, you meet the gazes of each of your exiles. Volfred, Bertrude, Shay. Alright, so I know for a fact that Bertrude and Shay have no real interest in going back up top. So it's like Volfred for the sake of his plan. Are you prepared to choose this one last time? What? Both cruel and fair. Is there no other way? I'm vaguely curious to see what happens with that. Having to make this last decision is unconscionable. It is too much. You hesitate, but then you sense a reassuring voice into your thoughts. Do not give in, Rita. Do not give in. We stand with you. The choice you are about to make, however, you shall go about, and whatever the outcome, we understand. And so, you need not hesitate. You need not explain, so please, trust in yourself. For all the rest of us, we trust in you. Consider what you're about to do. You cannot back down. Okay, so... But, with but a glance, you reassure your fellow exiles that you know what to do.
One final opportunity for salvation. Too bad for the rest of you.
Okay, so, yeah, I mean... Bertrude and Shay really don't have any desire to leave. So we'll just make sure he gets up to do his plan. Long have I dreamt that I might someday see this plan of ours come to fruition. I promise you that I shall make the most of it, if we are to prevail. Your choice is cast. As for your other companions, you sense a clarity of thought and purpose in each of them. They stand ready to support Fulprid, as well as you.
Strive for him.
Okay. Blessed are the scribes, who grant me and all of us the final chance that we might free our dear friend Fulfrid.
Bertrude.
Thy will is ours, Reading One. Let the remaining stars shed their light upon our ceremony here.
Now.
Those are to be our adversaries, then. And who is it, I wonder, who asserts his will over that group? You sense Oralech searching for you, almost reaching out to you. You, the shadow of the false Nightwing. They are nothing to me but you who would relinquish your own liberty for the sake of them. Strange. It is fitting, then, that I should have to face one such as you. Then Oralech stands at the ready, signaling for his two allies to do the same. By the light of dawn, the cycle of the Rite shall cease. Let us see if we can finish this ordeal before that time. The sky above begins to shudder. The final liberation rite is about to commence. Tariq. I am prepared, Celeste. Then let our song this evening shake them against the stars. Aye, Celeste. Let us make sure of it. Shit, he's already moving.
The final chance at liberation for the age.
Oh. Oh shit. What the? Well, that was a nice tactic. They kind of just worked around everything. You wear the raiments once again. I could not simply stand by and do nothing, Oralech. Yet that is what you did. When last we stood together on this blasted mountain, I fell. You simply stood. Oralech, what shall it take for you to be convinced I took no part in your betrayal? Oralech seems to consider the question, but only for a moment. Give me my damn freedom. Let me prevail here and now. Would you promise to uphold our plan to bring about a better commonwealth? No. Made no promises. I owe you nothing. Oh, well then I have no reason to... Then I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like, dude. It's like, give me my freedom. I deserve it. It's like, you don't deserve anything if you're not helping. Then I'm sorry, Oralech. My love of country comes before all else, more than your freedom and our friendship. Then your freedom and our friendship is at stake. Your love be damned, Fulfrid. Let us stand as adversaries then. I mean, you kind of put that on yourself. Oh, hey, alright. The Plan Maker. Achievement unlocked. The sky rains ash. Soon shall your pyre only mingle within them. Just then, the sky above begins to rain down fire. Final throes to the cycle of the Rite, the ending of an age. Okay. The fuck? Shit. Jump, Shay. Yes.
Good.
Boom.
Against the adversary's eye.
Nope.
Audacious, aren't we?
Aha.
The Nightwings now are closer to achieving victory.
Ooh.
Quite an exchange. Thoroughly banished.
Ow. He was just too fast for that. Oh, what the hell?
The orb, take it.
Why, that was all of them.
It sure was.
The sacred law.
Woohoo! So the false Nightwings bear their fangs at last. But that cannot be your finest effort. You think you deserve your freedom more than I? Then fight for it, damn you. Pretty sure we were.
How he has
Holy shit.
changed, that Oralech. Grown old and bitter.
Really?
These many years.
Haha! Take that.
The orb.
Ah, that wasn't. Ah, she paused.
Now
The-
you poor Nightwings. 'Tis what the scribes ordained.
And she hesitated when she got over that.
Banishment.
Ah, damn it.
All for naught.
There it
Banished
is.
all of them.
Alright. All of you, you shall rot here, you shall rot, as I have all these many years, you false Nightwings, who would deny me once again my rightful liberty. You have given me no reason to consider giving you a second chance. You who would deny the liberty to all of the triumvirants you face and vanquish under the guise of the traditions of those blasted scribes. Come, let us continue with this glorious affair. Like, I have no sympathy for this guy. He has given us no reason to like or care. How did that miss? How did that miss twice? How does it keep missing? Ah, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Fuck. Set that up. I gotta watch out for that. Oh, come on. Oralech stands, breathing heavily. He looks back on the thin lick of flame that is his smoldering pyre before turning his attention back to the triumvirate. Alright, we've got Birchuk back. That's good. Come on. Damn, that was amazing he could clear that jump. I never have enough energy to get through that. There it is. Nope. Conveniently gets back in time.
Be gone now, Oralech.
Shit. Fuck, fuck, fuck. How does he keep...
True Nightwings banished to the last.
Done.
And there it is at last.
Screw you guys. No reason to be sympathetic towards Oralech.
Nightwings proved their worth. Rather convincingly, I must admit.
Hell yeah, we
Thus
did.
ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen...
You suck, Oralech. Praise the scribes. We've done it. You look upon Volfred for what you expect shall be the last time you see each other. Any moment now, the shimmering pool shall engulf him. Any moment now, he shall return to glory and join his agents in the Commonwealth to help achieve the plan. Any moment now, the cycle of the Rite shall end, until at least the dawn of a new age. Any moment now.
And thus, the scribes have chosen...
Even he's surprised.
The scribes have chosen... And thus, the scribes have chosen... No. Nightwings. Reader. What have you done?
Hold. There's something wrong. Each prior time, upon the fall of Solium, the Shimmer Pool is opened, following the Liberation Rite, and taken in whichever exile prevailed. But now, all is still, and the light of the stars above have all but died. You sense a growing fear that it is already too late, that the Shimmering Pool shall not reveal itself again. Oralech approaches, his head bowed. The 8 scribes saved their greatest treachery for last. Then something else catches his notice. Wait. A sudden rush of starlight cascades through the stillness of the summit. The Shimmer Pool has appeared again, different somehow, but open. Volfred looks upon it, but it does not engulf him, or at least not yet. It seems I was mistaken then. The eight scribes This is not their greatest treachery. It is their greatest jest. The shimmer pool is flung open wide. It seems that all are worthy now of freedom. Oralech strides toward the shimmer pool, but... Halt, Oralech. Oralech glances over at the lone minstrel almost in surprise. The shimmer pool has lost much of its strength. You step inside and you shall surely drown. Of that I can assure you. He laughs to himself at this. Then, we have all been cheated. No, the shimmer pool is revealed, and one of you may still return as planned. But, as for who returns, someone shall have to choose, ere the last light of the stars is extinguished, and the rites cease to be. This is the final trial of the scribes. Final trial of the scribes. Then our competition, the last rite, it was all meaningless. No, the victor of the confrontation is to be the one to make the choice among those closest to the scribes, either the anointed or he who anointed them. So then, the choice is mine to make. My freedom weighed against the readers, is that it? Aye, it shall be either you, the reader, or... It shall be either or. Wolford, please, make your decision quickly, lest it shall be forfeit. I do not know for how much longer the light of the stars shall offer you this gift. A snap decision, then. Fine, I have made it. Reader, my boy, this chance at freedom that we've earned, it's yours. Take it now, and make good use of it for you and all of us. Hell yeah! Wolford wishes to give up his freedom so that you may regain yours. Very well. Reader, sir, the choice which Wolford made, or rather, the choice which he gave, is now yours to make instead. This choice, it may keep bouncing back and forth like this. Absurd. It may, until such time as one of you is willing to accept the burden and the outcome of the choice. That is the trial, and thus I fear that there is little time remaining now. Reader, if you and your companion are too cordial with each other to accept that freedom, either one of you, then I shall gladly take it. Nope, fuck you, you're trash. Freedom ought to be more than some flirtatious trifle to exchange. You've done nothing to earn it. Reader, what is your will? My will is that Oralech stay down here. He has given me no reason to be sympathetic. It sucks that his team, this girl, with all of her, sorrows and stuff, as Wolford told us, decided to try and steal it from him, and he had to pay for it. But that has nothing to do with us or our reasons for being here, and he's given me no reason to be sympathetic for him. He's been nothing but confrontational and disruptive, and he's the whole reason this problem is beginning. By him showing up and causing trouble, he's ruined the rites and is being put on us. So no, big fat F you to this guy. You can stay and you can rot. Wolford could do good work, but he's deferring it to us, or he told us we could go. So if he's saying we can go, we can probably do good work. Plus, I want to show Sandra some nice stuff up on the surface. Your mind is made up. You have chosen to be free, yourself. Plus, we made a deal with the other three. Hadwin's expecting us to show up. So, we're going to be there for our boy. I see, and understand. Then, it is done. Wolford looks to you, this one last time, his heart filled with unspoken understanding. You then turn to the lone minstrel for an instant, but another instant later. He is gone, and everyone. All you feel is the coldness of the rush of water coursing all around you. Wolford gave his freedom so that you may yet have yours. May you return in glory.
Godspeed, reader.
I'll see you soon, buddy.
By the scribes. No stars remain aloft. The cycle of the rites. It is finished.
I'm coming for you.
What shall become of it?
We'll find out together.
What shall become of us?
You?
Nightwings.
You're dismissed.
The opportunity to gain your freedom from the downside. Was it not enough?
Isn't that the whole point of this? To get our freedom? Still we're going. Up and up and up and up. That night, an exiled reader returned to the Commonwealth. He was to be the last. The stars had faded and the cycle of the rites had run its course. Oh, is that it? He found the Commonwealth in general upheaval. Spurred by the efforts of 6 liberated exiles, Fulford Sandalwood's revolutionary plan had incited the masses. These exiles, the starless sky, portended the return of the scribes. The people surged into the streets, shoulder to shoulder. Do you hear the people sing? Led by the 6 exiles, their voices shook the heavens. The leadership of the Commonwealth panicked. No blood was shed that night, and by dawn, it was over. Boom! Peaceful revolution. The leaders of the Commonwealth had cast themselves back into exile, or joined in this new cause. Wow. Thus, the 838th year, the Commonwealth had fallen. The new Saurian Union, oh, that's a weird name, had declared its sovereignty in the next year. Among the changes its elected leaders ushered in, they vowed never to cast the people into exile, and they abolished the old Commonwealth decree forbidding literacy. Oh boy, apparently I could benefit from that, huh? Today, we still remember all of this. And we remember the exiles of the downside, whose deeds led to the dawning of our age, whether they returned or not. Ooh, we get to look at everybody's outcomes. I want to know what happened to them first and foremost. After the cycle of the rites ceased turning, the lone minstrel bade the remaining Nightwings to take the black wagon and seek their fortunes elsewhere in the downside. Their parting was heartfelt but brief. He remained there on the summit of Mount Elodia with Celeste, where the two of them would chronicle the final outcome of the cycle. Neither Tariq nor Celeste were ever seen again. We know all this now through song attributed to them. Some claim these songs originated in the taverns of the Saurian Union, our nation founded in 839 AS, after Solium, after the fall of the Commonwealth. I wonder. And merely were imbued with weight of folklore. However, exiles liberated from the downside corroborated each other's claims of having met this duo and presided over the liberation rites. Another folktale suggests these minstrels were heralds of the scribes. Having fulfilled their obligations, they departed the world we know and rejoined their patrons. One of their famous songs describes another, simpler outcome, that the two gave up their duties to the rites in favor of a life where they could share together. That's the one I want. They needed to be together. There was clearly some struggle going on there. In any case, they are likely to remain the subject of much verse and such song, for it was they who watched over the rites and ushered in our times. I'm happy for them. Alright. Wow, really? With the rites drawn to a close, the Slugmark's revenues fell precipitously, and Falcon Ron was forced to liquidate his assets and close up shop. That sucks. Yet, as is sometimes the case with those in entrepreneurial learning, this time of hardship led to an epiphany, or at least a sudden change of fortune. One day, Falcon Ron had a run-in with a messenger bearing news from the other side. Ron gave it one of his remaining trinkets, which could not be sold. The following week, the messenger imp returned to him, bearing a tidy sum of wealth, newly minted coinage of the Saurian Union. Falcon Ron cut a long-term deal with the messenger imp, then and there. Though his trade remained a gray area from a legal standpoint of the Saurian Union, the newfound fame of the downside caused Falcon Ron's goods to explode in popularity. He later signed an elaborate agreement with Big Bertrude's and found a distributing partner on the other side of through Rookie Greentail. Oh, there you go. Whose own business had expanded. Especially in the Saurian Union, Falcon Ron's goods were still known for their superior quality, though he assumes no liability for any side effects. Nice. Alright. Volfred. When the cycle of the Rite ceased turning, Volfred Sandalwood turned toward the starless sky and closed his eyes and prayed. It was all that he could do at the stage of his plan. He aspired to assemble with liberated exiles representing each of the 8 largest ethnic groups composing the population of the Commonwealth. They would stand together as a vision of the 8 scribes' return, inspiring the masses to embrace an older set of values from before the Commonwealth had tightened its grip. When the rites ended, and with the rites ending sooner than expected, this ideal scenario became impossible. Sandalwood's own freedom, for instance, was now forfeit, yet the plan did have contingencies. Fortunately, most of those contingencies did not prove necessary. Word reached him that, on the night of the scribe's return, his fellow liberated Nightwings stood together and their voices echoed through the streets. These former exiles, who ought to have disappeared into the ranks of the Commonwealth's own leadership, now stood united with its people, who poured from their homes in solidarity. It was imperative to Sandalwood that this stand against the Commonwealth was peaceful in its nature. An overwhelming show of popular support would be more than enough. Ensuring this was his priority, and in the end, the result was self-evident. The plan's goal had been achieved. Sandalwood kept busy after that, as much as possible providing counsel from afar to those who would be at the forefront of the birth of the Saurian Union. Of course, being stranded in the downside meant that there was only so much he could do. Resting assured that the future of the nation was in capable hands, he turned his attention to the remaining exiles of the downside. They might have returned to that new nation, but at least they could experience its triumphs and its struggles in some precarious way. So he took to his old work, writing and printing. As literacy began to spread again throughout the Saurian Union, so too did exiles of the downside take to it. For his part, Sandalwood helped teach many as he could. More than that, he provided the material to read a semi-annual report about the latest events both in the Saurian Union and the downside. This periodical gave many exiles something to look forward to. He enjoyed exchanging letters with the reader and the Nightwings. Oh, what does it say about us? You were an exile, sentenced to life in the downside, now you're free. Okay. The Nightwings, who kept him well abreast of how their comrades in the fledgling nation fared. As Volfred Sandalwood gained more fame throughout this land for all his sacrifices and his contributions, it is said that he remained steadfast of 2 things. First, that the cause itself ought to remain in focus, and freedoms that the people had achieved. It was a gift to be cherished, a set of values that needed to be nurtured. Second point he made was that he himself had little to do with the outcome. He would often praise the exiles of the Nightwings who had stood with him, each in turn by name. He never forgot any of them. One day, to commemorate his birthday, the people of the Saurian Union unveiled a monument depicting him and the Nightwings as imagined in their prime. While Sandalwood did not learn of it until much later, it is said that he was moved to tears then by this gesture. It has since ensured that those of us with memories more valuable than that of Sandalwood likewise remember the achievements of his fellow former exiles and our cause. Bertrude. Several exiles of the Nightwings cared more for the plan of Sandalwood than to return home from the downside. The crone called Big Bertrude was a prime example. See, that's why we didn't send her. She had found a suitable environment to live within the dismal region known as Flagging Hands. There she had built a thriving place of business known to many exiles in the land. And it seemed to work out for Ron and Ruki that she stayed, so that's even better. With the rites having ended, she returned to her preoccupations, working away almost as though nothing had happened. She was instrumental, though. She was such a good person to have on the team. When one gets to be more than 400 years of age, perhaps then even monumental events such as the culmination of the rites or the collapse of the Commonwealth are seen as trifling matters. Much of her effort was doubtless due to the influence of Sandalwood, someone whom she had admired for decades. He had made it clear that he could not requite her feelings for him, but what could have been a hurtful dismissal led only to deeper understanding between them. By and large, Bertrude kept focusing on her work, whether casting small enchantments or imbuing talismans. The work she brought her a sense of purpose, she would say. In the Commonwealth, such services were strictly forbidden, but in the downside, there was a real need for simple luxuries, such as which the competing Slugmart could not always provide. Thus did Big Bertrude continue to live up to her name, and the tales of her days with the Nightwings made her that much more of the living legend. Shay. Long after the rites had ended, Shay admitted that she knew well before the fact that she would not be going home again. At least, she had a very strong feeling. She ended up not minding very much because she had little to return to in the Commonwealth. Her sense of home had changed. See, and that's why we didn't send her either. She took to wandering from one celestial landmark to the next, ever paying homage to the 8 scribes, who she believed had influenced all that transpired. She was no stranger to traveling alone, but was always happy to have company. Although she would wonder how her little friend Tizo had fared, while they were divided now by a great distance, he always remained in her heart. Though they could not see each other any longer, Shay often thought about Jadariel and spoke to her as though she were there. That's funny. Shay never tried to make a decision without first consulting her idea of what Miss Jadariel might say. One day, she encountered one of her former adversaries, one called Almer Oldheart, who had served the fate. She remembered him much more than he did her, though only at first. Their shared experience in the Rite, and their different point of views about the scribes formed the basis that would grow to a long-lasting relationship. Yay! She was always devoted to her faith, but more so to her friends. Her gentle manner and unwavering convictions often helped them brave life in the downside, both with courage and with grace. Alright. I'm gonna cut this off here because unfortunately I am out of time. I will do another episode to recap all of these events later, so you guys can look forward to seeing that because it looks like there's a lot to read, and oh my god, there's a lot to read. It would have been nice if this was summed up a little bit faster. Oh well, things we work towards. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hey, why are you watching the last episodes instead of watching the whole playlist? There is a nice big playlist you could be watching. Check it out. It's down below. Until next time, guys, I will check you all later. I have been Rindis, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.